is the SpongeDudes back again. You thought we were done, but we're not. We're back for episode 5, which is Pizza Delivery and Home Sweet Pineapple. My name is Babbage.
My name is Clay Tobin.
I am CodGod97.
I am Hayon.
Greetings.
And we are here to give you our unbiased, completely warranted, asked for, you want to know it opinion about SpongeBob. We're at season 1. We're on episode 5. So let's go. We're going to start here with a fan favorite episode, which is Pizza Delivery. Clayton's shaking his head no, because he fucking hates this episode.
I don't hate it.
We'll get into that as we go. So starting off, we've got an opening shot of the Krusty Krab, and a phone call rings through right at closing time. We've all been there. As Mr. Krabs realizes that he has money that can be made when someone orders a pizza and asks for it to be delivered.
Why was SpongeBob so cheerfully wiping down that table? He
Dude,
was
I know.
infatuated.
It was like, it was so shiny.
Squidward then points out pretty quickly that they make hamburgers and not pizzas. Mr. Krabs takes an entire plate of hamburgers, does some type of voodoo magic to it, and turns it into pizza, which leads me to asking, is that the first instance of hamburger pizza?
Was this before Hamburger Helper?
No, that's been around for forever. Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought that was really weird. How did he do that?
Also, I want to go back real quick to the phone because I love whenever SpongeBob like jumps to it, stops in midair, slow-mo goes for it, and Squidward's like, what are you doing?
That's because Squidward was about to shut that dude down 100%. I've been on the phone with someone 10 minutes before closing time. Like, you're out of luck, buddy. I'm not answering any questions you have with what you want.
And then Mr. Krabs came out of nowhere and grabbed the phone from him.
His eyes turn to dollar signs as someone orders a pizza. Like I said, he turns an entire platter of patties in the pizza. And then he says, you gotta go deliver this to this guy.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the secret formula, is Krabs' mutant magic abilities. Like,
he hand
secret
beats every
formula.
Formula.
Do you think the secret
I
formula
have some of that secret formula, SpongeBob?
Do you think the secret formula is in the pizza? I mean, it is, because he turned the hamburgers into it. Do you think that adds? What does that pizza taste like? All right, I'm just gonna ask it.
Horrible.
What do you want more? What do you want more? A Krusty Krab pizza or a Krabby Patty?
I mean, how does it have that much cheese is my first question.
And where did the mushrooms come from?
And also, it has to be really expensive, right? That's like 10 burgers.
You guys are asking so many questions.
These are the questions, people. We need answers.
Yeah, comment below.
let's think about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, if Krabby Patty is like your standard shitty $1.50 to $2 McDonald's McDouble, might have been even $1 back in 1999 when this episode came out. 10 of those, fucking $10 large pizza. That's not too much of a hike. I think this is a reasonable.
I think it shows the prices of the Krabby Patties on the menu sometimes.
But we're talking $99. $10 is a lot for a shitty pizza.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. It's got the formula. Might be a good pizza.
So at closing time, Mr. Krabs asks Squidward to go deliver this. Demands Squidward go deliver this pizza. Which he makes some offhand comment about SpongeBob doing it, and then which volunteers SpongeBob to do it with Squidward. So then,
And he phases through basically
The slide
to
whistle.
Squidward.
so then they go out and they get into, I guess, what would be a company car.
Who knew?
Oh, come on. You know Mr. Krabs doesn't provide that.
Well, then whose is it? None of
Yeah.
them drive.
And
Squidward
it-
bites.
And it
SpongeBob
had
has
a
unicycle.
Krabby Patty antenna on it.
Yeah.
So it's. I think they have a car.
And that
Because
cheesy
where did it? It
bumper
looked like
sticker?
it drove back to the fucking Krusty Krab on
I
the
mean,
route.
it only the only logical person would be Mr. Krabs' vehicle.
But no, because the Krabby Patty vehicle is an actual Krabby Patty. Because in the movie,
Yeah, I was about to say, jump back to the movie.
Ah.
They have a Krabby
so is it
Mobile. A Krabby
Squidward's
Patty Mobile.
or is it SpongeBob's? And SpongeBob's just waiting to use it, and he just parks it at the. Or does SpongeBob go out at night and drive his car, even though he can't?
He bought it years ago and parked it at the Krusty Krab in hopes of one day when he gets his license, he'll drive it after his fry cooking.
He had it towed to the Krusty Krab because they would only deliver to businesses, and he parked it out back, like you said, in hopes of. He's lying. He's like, yeah, I've got that '82 boat with the V8 in it in the back of the Krusty Krab, and he did have that, but he can't drive it. It also has the Britain driver side, like the English driver side of it.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird.
I thought it was weird.
Where is the? They're officially off of Australia. Where is the reef that SpongeBob is located?
Hawaii.
Yeah, they're in Hawaii.
Okay, I was thinking
Yeah,
that might make
because
sense.
Bikini Bottom, I
there.
think, is the nuclear.
Wait, Tommy has
Testing
revealed
point.
his toes on camera, and they're painted. I'm sorry, I'm completely
Oh, yeah.
distracted.
Oh,
It's very hot.
sorry.
Did you do that
Thank you.
yourself?
Of course.
Okay, interesting. Anyway,
I
Moving
just
on.
have to
My
say,
nails
those are like
painted, though,
manly looking
days ago.
feet.
God, those are manly feet. You are 100%
They really
correct.
are.
Dude, you kind of have the same shape foot as me. That's like
Oh,
the
is this
same
2 feet reveals?
kind of frame, dude.
Oh my god!
Let's
Oh
check
my
out that-
god!
Say that. I've got a cat on my toenail. The frame is similar.
You guys have
Look at the
hobbit
hair on
feet. Like
top.
they're like wide. Like they go
What do
out like a triangle.
Do you guys even need shoes?
Wanna see my soles?
You guys need wide shoes or like
That's a similar.
I've seen a couple of videos like that, Tommy.
I usually fast forward to that part and then get to the part.
Oh, I always
like,
do too.
yeah,
But we're talking about a foot jobs, everybody.
Subscribe to our Patreon to get the full video version.
And
of our
Tim Tom
podcast.
Jimmy Jam Jam's
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
course, of course.
Exclusive, $100 per month. But let me tell you, it's worth it.
Every penny. I bet you're going bankrupt trying to pay for it.
Your wife is very upset, but you do not care.
I need his toes.
All right, where were we?
SpongeBob
Wait,
and
I got this.
Squidward are in the car. He's on the opposite side.
Very good. Very good.
He's on the opposite side. Squidward tells him to back it up. I don't know that quote. He says it, and SpongeBob
Just back
repeats
it
it,
up?
and then the Squidward just goes, "Back it up." I don't know. That one got to me. I laughed pretty hard at that. So then SpongeBob being unlicensed, Squidward does not care. Apparently, I don't know. And
I don't think I'd
SpongeBob
care
steps
either.
on it, throws it in reverse, and he sees. Actually, he goes to shift it, and he sees reverse and forward in a different language. A fun fact for you: that is actually Korean, and it actually means forward and reverse.
Do they drive on the right side in
So
Korea?
but that doesn't matter if he can read that. If he sees it in
We'll
Korean,
find
that
out.
the idea is that he can read that.
I think the idea is he can't read it. I just think the animators used a known language.
No. SpongeBob knows
Oh, my
Korean.
bad.
100% factual. We can't pass it up. He threw it
Does
in
he like
reverse on
K-pop?
purpose.
Does he like K-pop?
Yes, 100%. That's what he played
Okay.
on the radio. So
Okay.
he throws it in reverse and slams on the gas, and they go for. So they were closing. It goes from night to day before they apparently run out of gas. And then they hop out, still with pizza in hand. Squidward's upset, kicks the boat, and it goes from empty to full and drives away with no one in it.
Self-driving boat.
Elon Musk
Confirmed.
is mad about how good
He
that
used this
boat
episode for
drove.
he used it for inspiration.
SpaceX is based on SpongeBob.
Oh my god.
I think it's actually season 1. We're gonna get to the rocket episode. So yes,
I saw a tweet yesterday put out
good
by Tesla about.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna actually tell that story. That's just
I'm invested now. I need to hear. I think it started with breaking.
he's actually invested. He
No.
means that he has all his money in it. He can't get out now.
It's all my money goes into Tesla stock and Tommy's OnlyFans.
Robin Hood still says negative 27%. Clayton can't pull out right now. He's got to get back to the positive at least. So then they're stuck out there. They're on the side of the road, and SpongeBob, you know how he is. He's resourceful. He says he knows how to get them out of the situation, and he goes to hail a vehicle that's passing by, but he calls it a truck. But
yeah, a 16-wheel truck.
But they have boats.
Go on.
That's it. That's all I got. He calls it a truck.
Are you saying it should be a barge?
Yeah, why would they not call it a barge? Actually, that's a great. I did not think of that. I just wrote truck.
So many questions from this episode.
I know why they did it, because kids know what an 18-wheeler, like a truck,
But they also know what cars are.
Yeah, but a boat makes sense. It's water, but they don't know what a barge is. Maybe, I don't know. Kids are stupid.
But they do a lot of references to things that kids wouldn't know. Like
They
in the
do
episode
say-
where Plankton roasts Squidward, he uses lots of words I still to this day don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but
mediocre and clarinet.
it's bad. He says it in a mean way, and then SpongeBob apologizes for it. That's how you know it's mean.
Did he apologize? Moving on.
And then SpongeBob is trying to hail this truck. This man driving the truck has no intention of hitting the brakes. In fact, I don't think that truck came with him.
He says, what did he say? Like, gosh darn break dancers or something?
Yeah, he's mad about SpongeBob because he's doing the worm in the street, which is fair.
Hates pioneers.
It seems as if this is a common occurrence. Like, hitchhikers will proceed to do the worm in the road, and then the trucker's like, no, and then just has to run him over.
Maybe the trucker had a lot lizard in his truck, and he doesn't want to.
That does.
He doesn't
maybe
want to
that's how
show.
they try to.
Yeah, if you have it, then you have to admit to it that you like the lot lizards being in your truck with you. Anyway, Squidward saves SpongeBob's life right here.
Don't know why.
I don't know why. But later in the episode, it kind of feels like he likes SpongeBob. But anyway, he saves his life from getting hit by this truck. And then SpongeBob seems really dedicated on this mission of delivering the pizza, where they get sucked into like a windstorm and into a twister.
Yeah, they walk and walk. Squidward's got aching feet. They're literally going out into the wilderness somehow to get to the other side of town. Get sucked up by a tornado.
SpongeBob is singing the entire time, and then Squidward interjects with his aching tentacles, which apparently, funny enough, the fun fact for this, outside of the Korean words, is that is banned in a bunch of countries, because he says my aching tentacles, and I guess it's so close to testicles, or in other countries it's close to something else. And America has brought it back, but other countries have not. So they get stuck in a windstorm, which then turns into, I want to say tornado, but that is not what an undersea twister is called. Jackson, do you know?
There aren't undersea twisters, but we could say it's like a weird form of a water spout, maybe.
I think water spout. Well, no, there's the ones the hole, when a hole in the crust forms, in lakes and stuff.
Oh yeah, like a some kind of vent or a What do they call a whirlpool?
Yeah, Whirlpool. Yeah, we're going
Or
to
a
like the
maelstrom?
Pokemon Silver, where you have to get Whirlpool to get to Whirlpool Isles to catch Lugia. I mean, everyone knows that.
Obviously.
Gen 2 sucks.
What'd you say?
What?
What'd you say?
Gen 2 sucks.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hot take.
I mean, Gen 3 is the best. We all know
Shut
this.
up.
Subscribe to our Patreon to also listen to our Pokemon podcast.
Gen 2 is the best gen.
It also has our
That's it.
political
They have
one.
both islands
Right.
on it, Kanto and Johto. Get out of here.
No. Gen 3.
Are they getting paid
Gen
overtime
3.
for delivering this pizza?
Oh, of course not.
No, they're absolutely not.
They get back to work on time.
Spoiler alert, Jackson. I thought they died in the wilderness.
No.
I like to think that there's salary employees
Oh.
that only get paid 30 hours per week,
100%.
but they work like 50 or 60.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And they get no days off or sick days.
By the way that Mr. Krabs just like fucked them and told them like, here's the pizza, deliver it. And Squidward is like, all right, he's salary. 100%. You're right. No overtime for them. Get out of here. So they get sucked up in this twister undersea tornado, and SpongeBob uses the pizza as a parachute, which leads me to asking you guys your opinion about something which is very important and dear to my heart. Which pizza is more ruined, this one or the one in Spider-Man 2 when he's delivering at the beginning?
Oh, the one
Spider-Man
that's
2.
Spider-Man 2, yeah.
He's yeeting that thing all across New York City, and a guy takes a slice out of it, and he webs the slice to put it back into the pizza. It's got his fucking jizz web on it.
So my assumption is SpongeBob and them use some type of dough that is resistant to water, so it doesn't like get like flaky and gross, like just goo, like the buns and stuff, because they use the.
I mean, I assume it's the same dough made from the Krabby
Yeah.
Patty
So,
buns.
but he uses it as a parachute. I mean, it's stretched. Like you stretch it when you're like tossing it to put it in the oven, but like.
Was it the dough that was stretching or the
I mean,
cheese?
It's the whole thing. The thing is, this is normal. This is the pizza that we just saw spontaneously created from 10 cheeseburgers with a spinning ritual. Like, of course it can be turned into a parachute or a backpack or whatever. That's why they didn't escape the wilderness. They just didn't have enough ingenuity with that magical pizza that they...
So
yeah,
what I'm gonna
it's like Batman in the Dark Knight. It's whatever it needs them to be.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna
Deus Ex
say
Machina pizza.
is the pizza in Spider-Man 2 is the worst, but because I can imagine that being a real world pizza as well, like versus this underwater pizza, even though it's been abused like it has been, and like been in a dust storm, and like thrown around and carried for 2 days, because it is now daytime. So at some point, SpongeBob and Squidward are trying to deliver this pizza. They've been out in the wilderness for who knows how long. It's still daytime. They started at nighttime. They're very hungry. They're very tired. And Squidward says, we need to eat something. SpongeBob says they used to eat coral, the pioneers. And he says, or maybe it was sand. Maybe it was rocks. Maybe it was mud. After Squidward put some coral in his mouth. At which point, Squidward just decides, you know what? This pizza is what we need to eat.
Things get very sexual very fast.
Very quick.
So like the camera like is an upshot onto SpongeBob and Squidward at this weird angle. Like they're looking down, they're talking about how fucking sexual this pizza is.
It's shining back at them.
Smooth jazz playing in the background.
It's sparkling at them. I mean,
Squidward's eyes, his eyelids are half closed. He's lowered his voice.
He's trying to.
SpongeBob's licking his lips.
He's trying to seduce SpongeBob into eating this pizza. Fuck the customer, which SpongeBob gets so mad about, and it's just like, no, we're delivering this. We've come this far, which I actually feel both arguments here. You know, I don't like customers, but also, if I've come this far to deliver the pizza. You're getting the damn pizza.
I actually agree. if I've come this far, I might as well see it out. But at the same time, death potentially.
Potentially, they're lost after the twister. They don't know where the road's at. They're lost. Yes. Squidward describes the pepperoni. What is their pepperoni made out of underseas?
Ooh,
Cheeseburgers.
Do they eat?
Krabby Patty.
No, yeah, but what is? I think they talk about like what goes in the Krabby Patty at some point.
it's
Yeah.
crab.
Oh, it's plankton.
No, it's crab. That was a
God.
fake recipe. It's crab. There's no other crabs in the sea. It's crab.
I can't read.
He's crowded them all up, and he's force breeding them and murdering them to create Krabby Patties.
That is true. We don't see crabs. It's just
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. He's got them all. He's force breeding them, and he's killing them just like how we do cows.
That's one reason why Pearl is
Hmm.
alive, because she did not get born a crab.
Well, it makes sense
Yeah.
because you know the episode whenever like Gary runs away and then that crazy lady finds him and there's like 100 dead snail like shells in her fucking thing. I mean, it's a dark show, dude.
I'll actually raise you
wouldn't-
this too. Tell me, what is the Krusty Krab? Like, what is it made of?
Wood.
Lobster trap.
Boom.
Oh shit.
Which
Very
crabs,
important point.
all crustaceans get stuck in.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not just the real
Holy
lobsters.
shit.
Yes. They come across a rock when they're lost out in the wilderness here, and SpongeBob,
So obviously they drive
It's
it.
a rock.
That's
Squidward
Makes
calls it a
sense.
boulder, which is just a huge mistake. You don't call a rock a boulder.
I honestly, just semantically, I hate this part of the episode. They find a small rock and call it a boulder. They find it a large boulder, but it's a rock. Like, what's the point of those words if they mean the opposite of what they normally mean?
not a
SpongeBob
boulder.
hops up on
It's a
this
rock.
thing.
And like Tommy said, they drive it obviously
And
because
he says
that's what
Would
you
you?
do. You know.
the pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
They talk about how versatile rocks are in this universe.
And
you
how
can use
does
it as a
SpongeBob
house.
all of a sudden
You could
know
use
how
it
to-
as a bed to sleep, like using covers, and you can use it as a
Well,
vehicle
next
to
episode,
drive.
yeah, we'll
and
cover
a
like
weapon
rocks.
because Patrick fucking kills SpongeBob in his sleep.
holy shit.
This is a show mostly about sessile deep sea organisms like sponges
And starfish.
starfish. Rocks are the best thing besides coral, maybe. So
So SpongeBob got pipes. The Krusty
Krusty
Krab.
Krab.
Yeah,
is
pizza.
Is the
pizza
pizza
for
you and me. For you and me.
Tommy's wavelength is fucking horrifying.
Is a pizza.
It's literally just a block of line. It's not even going up and down. It's just a line.
His mic was inside of him when he sang that bit. So they use the rock that they hop on. It has a gas pedal and that's imaginary. He knows how to drive a rock. Can't drive a boat. They drive it straight to the customer's house. When they
Yeah.
arrive at the customer's house, SpongeBob hops down, gives him that pizza. This man says he answers the door like he didn't know he was expecting the pizza. I know it was late, okay? I understand he ordered it at night. They were delivering it the next day. Who knows how long?
Yeah.
But that is classic customer service. I work
Yeah,
at a
going out of your
store
way.
where I do a service after they purchase an item. I have someone that alters suits after they purchase it. And then I call them and I say, "Your suit's ready." And they say, "What suit?" And I go, "Sir, you were in here 2 weeks ago. What do you mean, what suit?" So that's exactly what SpongeBob is like. Like, this guy goes, "Yeah?" Like he wasn't expecting the pizza that he ordered. And then he gives SpongeBob the business about this Diet Dr. Kelp that he thinks he ordered.
Which is also very indicative of customer service. Just customers being blatantly wrong and sticking to their guns.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy sucked. He literally said, "I could really use one of those right now," when the pizza showed up. Not, "Oh yes, I've been awaiting a pizza all this time.
And like
Where has it been?"
He was
It's like you've been
surprised.
lost in the desert. And now he says, "I could really use one of those right now."
it just feels like one of those people that's like addicted to like Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke. Like you got those in the fridge. You know you're not waiting on that one to arrive. Maybe if you ran out last night, but after it didn't come that night, you
It
went
tastes different at the restaurant.
out. Oh, stop. He ordered a 2-liter like at Little Caesars when you get the five hot and ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that his criticism was, "How am I supposed to eat this pizza without a drink?" Like, I get wanting your drink, but you can eat a pizza without a Dr. Kelp. You can drink some water or just eat the pizza.
Water's not an option.
No. This dude's belly was sticking out of his shirt. I don't think water is an option.
That's one thing I was gonna say. I was like, oh, why do I look like this fish?
So SpongeBob is broken up about this because he doesn't want the pizza. He slams the door in his face. He goes back, talks to Squidward. Squidward says, "Let me handle this." And Squidward just fucking throws his pizza in this man's like eye sockets. Like there's stars appear. And so
Yeah.
Squidward cares because he doesn't care about like the delivery of the pizza. He cares about SpongeBob's feelings here.
I can't believe he would do that to me. He fucking whopped that dude. And, like, this is a customer in his job. How does Mr. Krabs, who is famously obsessed with the customer and their dollar, how does he just tolerate Squidward slapping a man with a pizza?
He ain't gonna get nobody else at a salary position for a cashier.
That's true.
They're
true.
stuck with each other.
He's putting on a front of control.
Oh my god, you're exactly right.
So he's paying SpongeBob and Squidward $7.38 at base to deliver this pizza overnight, and then Squidward is fully ready for them not to pay for the pizza, which means I would say at least 24 hours. At least 24 hours. I mean, it's daytime, so they're like, I'm ready for work. So it's probably not. It's probably more like 16 or 14 hours. But Mr. Krabs is going to pay them to deliver this pizza with this man not paying. I don't think so. I'm just saying. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
So do you think they went to the wrong house?
No, they delivered.
Well, he was surprised.
He was surprised, I will say. All right.
But at the same time, he knew he ordered a Dr. Kelp. Well, this guy ordered from a different pizza place. He's expecting a different pizza, and that's why he's asking about his Dr. Kelp, and that's why he got so mad at them. What if? This was the wrong customer all along.
So,
Yeah.
that is pizza delivery. And
That was an episode.
we will be right back. We're on to 5B, which is Home Sweet Pineapple. This episode fucking sucks.
Well, that's a bit extreme, I
It's
would
not
say.
extreme. It is completely true. So SpongeBob is asleep. We open on nematodes,
Hungry.
which are little worms that live in the water, and they
Hungry.
hop through Bikini Bottom, eat a whole boat with a man floating in air and saying nematodes, so tell us what it
Dang
is.
nematodes.
And then they say thirsty after eating that boat. Then they suck all the juice out of SpongeBob's pineapple. SpongeBob's
Yeah.
home.
I love that they pull out their own personal straws to do it.
SpongeBob's home came completely decorated. It's like the apartments that you look at online when they show you like the bed and the couch and everything in there.
It comes with it.
It's literally grown into the house.
Which, do you think that's how he named Gary? Like the bowl, like there's just a bowl there with Gary, and he's like, that's my snail's name
Oh
now.
shit! So he has Gary, when he leave. So, spoiler alert: the home gets destroyed and he has to leave. He
Yeah.
has Gary though, but the bowl does say Gary and disappears. So, yes, Clayton is correct. He names Gary based on the bowl.
Oh
So
no!
his house gets sucked, which is how I want to be, to death.
Oh my god!
To where there's
That's
no
gonna get rubbed
pineapple
by
left,
Tommy's
What do you
teeth.
except
mean?
for a little seed, which he thinks is a little pebble. Spoiler alert for the end of the episode.
Wait, hold on. I have
Go ahead.
something
Go
I need
ahead.
to say.
Go ahead.
While his house is being sucked dry, he's like, oh, he's freaking out. He's like, oh, I know what to do. I have to call Squidward. He would know what to do. So he's calling Squidward, and then the phone's getting smaller, and Squidward just on the other line, like just completely dead faced, and then the line cuts out, and then I think it pans to over to Patrick, and he's like, "What's going on over there? Is it already time to ruin Squid's day?" And he just puts on a suit for whatever reason.
And a top hat.
So it's
Yeah.
interesting that SpongeBob and Patrick seemingly are both aware, and like they make it a point to make Squidward's life a living hell. I just thought that was very interesting.
It's very interesting, and yeah, you're completely right. I'm just more curious, where did Patrick get a suit?
He definitely borrowed or outgrew that suit because the way it's presented, the jacket, there's a lot of stress on that button. Wrinkles, like 6 wrinkles coming out from the sides of it. A little bit of his belly poking out under there. It's
High school prom, maybe?
high school prom. Just bought it from the thrift store because it looked cool.
No, what you got?
He strikes me as like a fedora wearing type of man.
Definitely from like high school or something.
With the top hat.
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe like a costume.
Well, that's kind of the same about his personality. Like
Maybe he's
the
one of
same type of guy
those
who'd wear a top hat to prom would wear a fedora day to day.
tipping milady type dudes in high school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Perhaps.
I see it.
I feel like they're
I
going to
mean,
do like
you know, Tommy, I was one of those.
I feel like they're going to do a magic act. I don't know. He
Yeah.
was dressed like a
Didn't he
magician's
say, like-
assistant.
I figured they were gonna force Squidward to marry Patrick.
So I don't want to generalize the episode. We can go through beat by beat. The episode is SpongeBob being homeless. We can just hit the points that we liked from there. Honestly, like there is no like narrative beats in this episode. I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude about the writing. SpongeBob
What do you
defies
mean?
gravity when he's trying to rebuild his house with
He's in Minecraft.
with Patrick. He's floating in air, dropping boards on Patrick's head. Patrick is nailing the same board for I think he's still doing it, actually.
When the camera's not rolling on Patrick, he's just doing that.
He's
again.
just nailing that one nail into the board. Yes.
I do have a question because it was mentioned that Patrick was kicked out of his childhood home. Why? Why do y'all think
Patrick
that
is
he
a
was?
loser. All right, hang on. Before anyone answers, let me do this. In the last episode of Pizza Delivery, Squidward says there's a boulder. SpongeBob says it's a rock. It doesn't matter what it's called or whatever it's called. Patrick lives under that. So like those are just like you just drag those wherever you want. Which in this specific episode, Patrick can pick up that rock and move it wherever he wants. So Patrick only has to pay property tax. He has no payment on the house at all.
Patrick a pioneer? Then Patrick has to be a pioneer then, since
Oh shit,
said
he drove
got
that rock
kicked out.
there.
Yeah, he got
Prove
kicked
it.
out.
Facts. Yes.
He drove that there because he knew he could skirt property taxes. He knew that's all he had to pay because he's probably still living off of his parents' money. Because we know SpongeBob's a frat jock. They most likely went to college together. They roomed together. That's why they're still best friends and are neighbors.
Patrick did not go to college.
No, he went to college.
I
He didn't
went
finish
to
college.
college.
He's a high school dropout at best.
Why do you think?
Because he
that?
got kicked out. no parent kicks out like a college person. They kick out a high school dropout.
I think they'd kick out a college dropout too.
I don't have any real input on this. I am an only child, so I got supported through college. So SpongeBob doesn't have a house. He moves on. He says, Patrick, can I live with you? Patrick goes, yes. Suddenly, Patrick's house is just a flat land with a rock on top, and he shares that with SpongeBob. Patrick is a wife, okay? I don't know if any of you guys girlfriends that live with you, or if you're married. Patrick steals the covers. I don't know if that's a real problem for you or not, but it really is for me, where I have to claim what I want, like more than I want, before I go to sleep.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah.
There's not much honestly happening in this episode, but that is a good bit. Is this cover hogging, which
And
really
by the
speaks to this
way,
episode.
those in the audience, the covers, it's just the rock itself. They're sleeping under the rock and they're being crushed under the weight of the rock, but they're using it as covers. And
And we
so,
all. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, so no, I was done. Please continue.
I was just gonna say, and it's shown that they can just use the sand, like SpongeBob uses that as a cover.
Wait, another a part that I thought was kind of funny was when Patrick's sleeping and he's drooling all over the place and he's starting to choke on his own spit and it's starting to seep over on SpongeBob's side. then he sucks up all the saliva and then he goes over to Patrick and then he's like and then I think he had like corks in his ears to like
Yes.
kind of drown out the snoring. So then he removes the corks and all the spit just comes out of him. It's very gross. And then
It's a
Patrick
great.
keeps saliva, and then he's like, okay, here's a good idea. Get the cork, shove it down his throat, so that'll stop it and stop him
But
from breathing. Also,
I think you need to describe. Is it the same cork he put in his ears, or did he
Yes.
magically conjure a significantly larger cork to then try and murder his friend Patrick?
Yeah, he
Yes.
conjured that shit, dude. Because he had two in his hands, and then he threw it off screen, and then he comes back with the giant one. Like,
He doesn't even leave the screen. He just puts his hand out of frame and then pulls it in.
shit's fucking wild, man.
Also, Patrick's a spitter. I just want to point that out. Like he
Oh,
would
yeah.
absolutely be a spitter.
Jesus.
What do you mean by that, Pop?
Son, oh,
So turn Patrick on his side. He is drooling all over the place. He's gonna drown on that. Like, just let him throw up all over the side. We've all been at parties with those people. Just let him just turn him over. In Breaking Bad is the perfect example.
oh no.
He takes his cork out of his ears.
Do you think SpongeBob has it in him to watch Squidward die, like in Breaking Bad? Do we think SpongeBob has a Heisenberg in him?
yeah, sure, why not? SpongeBob's awful, and we know
Yeah,
we know that he has malicious intent to just ruin Squidward's life. So I wouldn't put it past him.
Yes.
yeah,
My mouth is inside of my mic. Yes.
Good.
good. We're all in agreement.
So he tries to sleep with Squidward, or Patrick. It doesn't work out. He throws sand over himself. It doesn't work. He gets really cold because it's nighttime. He goes into Squidward's house. He asks Squidward, who is half asleep, if he can sleep with him. Squidward just agrees because he's half asleep. I don't blame him for this. And let SpongeBob get into bed with him. And
Oh yeah.
anyone have notes for this bit?
I just noticed that Squidward's just such a nice guy when he's sleepy. Like he's like, oh yeah, sure, you can stay here for a couple days or a few months. And then he's like, hey Squid, can you move over? Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Hey, can you get me a glass of water? Yeah, sure, yeah. Here you go, buddy.
Here you go, SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob's the fucking worst house guest with Squidward. If he didn't push his luck, he at least probably could have got through the night.
I mean, he's not a house guest. He's a fucking intruder who's like getting a guy who is tripping on sleep.
Oh my god, you're right.
do a spell.
Squidward sleeps with the lights on, by the way. And then he kicks SpongeBob out. And like the next morning, SpongeBob's parents are there and ready to pick him up because he's going to move back in with his parents. That's his only option. Both of SpongeBob's parents are round, and he is square. So SpongeBob's mom,
Uh-oh.
you
A simple explanation. This is a fashion thing. 1950s, people were round. 1990s, sponges who can shave their bodies into whatever shape they want, as demonstrated in previous episode, for square. Well, square dude.
So you're saying their shape is essentially a haircut?
It's a haircut, yeah.
Okay, okay, I like
I'll
that. I
accept
never thought
Having
about
hands is a haircut for them.
I will accept them being round
And
or
toes.
square as a haircut, 100%.
that. I like that. No, I've really enjoyed that actually.
SpongeBob's toenail, that's a haircut.
Oh my God.
Just cut that shit. SpongeBob throws this little pebble that he got at the very beginning, foreshadows as a seed, if you've seen the episode, onto the ground as he gets in and he cries, and his tears awaken the seed, which grow into a pineapple plant, whatever that's called. Probably a pineapple tree. Who knows? I don't know how pineapples grow.
I think they grow in bushes.
Bromeliad.
And then it plops the pineapple down onto the ground as Squidward laughs at him. As they enter the house, which the pineapple comes fully furnished, windows, rooms, door. As they enter the house, they pass
Pet
by
bowl.
an outline of Squidward under the carpet, under the ground. And I think that's a really good bit. And SpongeBob says, I'm going to live here forever. I'm sorry, we're going to go back. But SpongeBob says, I live here forever. And Squidward repeats, under the ground, muffled, forever? That's just a good bit.
It's a really good bit, but prior to this, Squidward's changing because he's so excited SpongeBob's gone forever because he hates him, and who wouldn't? And he throws out his underwear, his socks while he's changing, which leads me to my question. Is Squidward's legs actually pants that he puts on, like he puts on his socks, he puts on his underwear, then he puts on skin-tight, color-matching pants? Or is he actually like disgusting underneath that, and it's just tentacles and like suction cups and everything?
I think it's just his legs, because in the Krabby Patty or the pizza episode, he's like saying "ow" whenever he's walking, and SpongeBob's not, and it makes a point to zoom in on SpongeBob's feet and then on Squidward's feet.
But that's what I'm saying. Why is he always throwing out socks and underwear then? He's not.
I don't
wearing them.
know.
That's what I'm saying. They're pants.
Did he
They
have
to
shoes
be.
on in the
Well,
episode
I'm not
where
saying
he
he's
made
wearing
us?
shoes. He's just wearing like a unitard that only comes up to his like belly button.
The thing
don't know.
is SpongeBob is shown wearing shoes. Specifically. And there's an episode later in this season where he gets boots and shoes that are like, his shoes make specific sounds, whereas Squidward's make a specific sound. But he is still shown throwing on underwear and socks. So it's like he puts his tentacles on over the socks.
Ugh.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, anyway, at the beginning of their trek through the desert, he says, "My aching feet," but towards the end of it, he says, "My aching tentacles," which kind of sets up that his feet and his tentacles are two separate things. But they both have sensation, so that also.
But when he walks, it makes like the suction noise on the ground. So,
And he is a squid. But
Can't he just swim? Why can't these people just swim?
Do not question the logic of our beloved children's show.
So,
that's what the boats are
every
for.
reaching the episode, SpongeBob gets his house. Who cares? I don't care. I hate SpongeBob. He's irritating. He's irritated both of his friends. Their sleeping patterns are ruined for a night. Squidward probably has to go to work in the morning. Patrick has to watch people go to work in the morning. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's a good segue into favorite moments.
Favorite moments? Let me go first, actually. I'm sorry.
There's so many.
It is not Krusty Krab pizza. It is going to be between Squidward saying back it up. I don't know why that got to me, but him plainly saying back it up is a real like moment for me as working in like sales. And then also Squidward in the ground saying forever with a question mark. Forever? But I'm gonna have to go with back it up. Right before SpongeBob just like punches it and says back it up, Squidward saying back it up is it for me.
All right. Tommy.
I'll go ahead. My favorite moment. We didn't discuss this earlier, but when they were building the house, after they finished, we see a shot of the house. Then they pan out, and it's just like the same size as SpongeBob, pretty much, maybe a little bigger. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, we did it." And then Patrick's like, "Oh yeah, I wish I lived there." SpongeBob goes, "Really?" And Patrick goes, "No."
He goes, no.
No.
Well, damn, that was going to be my moment for Nathan, who is our sponge friend who wanted to join but got a flat tire tonight. That was his favorite moment in the episode.
Okay. Wow. I mean, that is a really good moment.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say my favorite moment was definitely them sexually talking about the pizza, that energy that they
That
share
also
between
was
each
very
other.
good. Yes.
I was very horny
SpongeBob
after that.
licking his lips, drooling. He's thinking of taking a bite. He's gonna throw away his morals, his duty to the Krusty Krab code, but he can't do it.
And then, oh man, Squidward picks up the pizza and the drool is all over it.
Disgusting. All right, favorite moment for you, Noah?
Whenever SpongeBob goes for the air check in the tire,
Oh,
this
yeah.
fucking face he makes, dude, is amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Jack, what was yours? Or yeah, you already said it.
Yeah.
All right, boys,
Yeah.
what do you rate this episode?
Okay. Honestly, probably like 2 sponges out of 5. It wasn't it for me. There were a few moments that made me exhale through my nostrils, but other than that,
I'm gonna
subpar episode.
I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm sorry.
I was done. So
This is a 9.1 on IMDb. This is like a highly rated episode.
Wow.
I
Mhm.
laughed at it. I thought it was
I
pretty
think
funny.
It's highly rated because of pizza delivery.
But like combined, it is not great.
But why
I didn't
is that such an
mind
iconic
Clayton,
episode?
what do you
though?
got?
I didn't mind.
I mean,
it.
I'm going to give it higher than Tommy because that levels out to a 4 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I do not even like pizza delivery that much. SpongeBob is just as annoying in pizza delivery as he is in the later one. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even really like the Krusty Krab pizza song. I think that's forced as a meme, truly. So 6 out of 10. I don't like really this episode at all.
Jackson?
Yeah, I was expecting to have a higher review when Clayton told us ceaselessly that he had a hot take on this episode and didn't think it was that great. But I was unpleasantly surprised. It actually is kind of a bad episode, in my opinion. From the grainy from the grainy animation to the annoying presence of SpongeBob and his ceaseless singing, crying, shrieking. To somewhat boring plot points in general. Yeah, not the greatest episode. Really illogical. Most of the stuff happening just doesn't add up. I know it's a cartoon, but sometimes that's just annoying. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 40% full of Patrick's tears sponge out of 100%.
Noah, what you got for us, buddy?
I mean, I laughed at it. Some of it's weird, like some of the animation was bad and all of that, but I don't mind it. It's still funny to me. Maybe I don't know.
What's the rating?
I'll say like 3.5 sponges out of like 5. It's not good. It's not bad. Made me laugh.
Yeah, I love that episode as a kid.
As long as I can laugh from a SpongeBob episode, it'll at least get a good rating.
Well, this one still has some really good memes in it, so it's always
But
good.
yes, I agree, Clayton. I don't think that the SpongeBob pizza song is as good as it was.
Oh my god! All my hot takes are just the general consensus.
Like
oh no!
some of the dances he does and shit are funny, but the song itself is kind of annoying.
I do sing that song all the time. I'll admit. Like I like this episode in theory. It kind of is like I like it more than I like most things, but for a SpongeBob episode, not my favorite. I enjoyed watching it, but it gets a bad review comparatively.
I will say I do the all the time.
Yeah.
IMDb has us at a 9.1 out of 10.
Oh my god, that is way too
which
high.
has been out of 100.8 or 1.8k thousand reviews, which is probably the highest episode that we've gone through so far. Honestly, pizza delivery is fine. Home Sweet Pineapple is so bad. I'm going to give it out of 10. I'm going to give it a 6.9 out of 10. Like, it's obviously not bad.
Nice.
There is no plot in either one of these episodes. It is just bit after bit, which I don't mind bits as long as they're funny. This is just not hitting it for me. This is a hot take.
Well, I got a question.
We have all reviewed this episode low, and that is a 6.9 of Sprite Zero, Wakanda Forever, only in theaters. Explore now out of 10 from me.
Plot twist, this entire episode is just an ad for the Black Panther movie.
Check it out.
Watch it.
I do want to say, actually, I'm going to retroactively lower mine because everybody, I'm going to go 5.5 out of 10. But would you, Baby J, give last episode a higher rating now comparatively to this one? Because you gave it the same rating.
6.9? I don't recall because I don't know how numbers work in my brain.
Yeah.
I would probably bump up the past episode, and then looking forward to next episode, I would probably bump this one up. I understand that pizza delivery is important, but like as far as like the narrative of SpongeBob and Squidward, and then like SpongeBob living next to both of those two, it literally does not like evolve anything. The animation is fine for me. They're goofy. They're making jokes, but like, I don't know. I don't fucking care about the pizza. I don't care about his home getting destroyed. I want him to move because I hate him. So maybe
take SpongeBob out of the show, please.
Maybe that's old me talking. I don't like SpongeBob. I'm on the side of Squidward. His nose getting sucked up over his head during the tornado. You know, I'm Team Squidward. And that's a 2008 take from Twilight. So Team Squidward all the way. Bella should get with Squidward. What do you guys feel?
Definitely Patrick, because he has a good.
Oh, you're Team Patrick? Okay, all right. What do you guys feel? Come on.
Wait, so the question is literally, who on SpongeBob should Bella have impregnate her with the vampire child? Definitely Squidward.
Team Squidward.
Ancient, logical, sophisticated, and classically trained great vampire.
What we got? Come on, Tommy. Oh my God, no! What do you got?
Squidward,
Team Squidward! 3 out of 1! Let's go,
Hurry, Tommy! What is it? Tommy. Hurry, go!
Does it have to be the
Hurry,
character?
go! Hurry, pick it!
Plankton! Team Plankton! There we go. So it's Squidward 3 out of 1 and 1. So fuck everyone who hates anyone else. We like you. Even though you like other characters in the TV show that we currently are reviewing. So we hope you come back for next episode. And this is us signing off.
watching.